don't forget to share this video with everybody. So we have began production for Melanin Madam, and I am super excited. All the paperwork is going well, so let's get started tonight. Our topic for tonight, oh my finger. So I did a seafood boil for my first Melanin Madam show, and first I cut my pinky cutting onions, and then I tried to butcher off this finger cutting, I think, sausage, but blood everywhere. No big deal, I'm okay. Let's get started. As promised, tonight is going to be, or today, I'm of course recording at night. Today is going to be about the teenage victim of trafficking. So what I want you to hear in this program, and that is just flavored water from Albertsons, okay? What I want you to get from tonight is the path that this, I think she began at 13 and now she's 14-year-old, took as she became a victim of trafficking, how quickly it happened, how she feels. I want you to really listen to what it is actually like from her point of view, because she said something in this show that really spoke to me, and it was that somehow it became appealing because it was around her, right? So I don't want you, me, or anyone else to fall victim to something like this. And so listen for the signs, listen for how she felt. Parents, listen for the things that she needs. And I will tell you in advance, so you know that it does have a happy ending. She is doing better, and we are going to go over that. This is going to be a two-part series because I did actually take notes and get all of the areas where I want to stop and for us to listen. So I'll play, stop, and talk. Meanwhile, I'll be doing my makeup, and so let's enjoy the show and let's learn. So comment below as you please. She does not go to school in the area that she lives in, okay? That is very important because this stuff is actually going on in the street right behind her. And like we talked about on the last show, it's crazy, especially if you stay in LA. I know that there are other states and cities that, you know, are similar, but I can only go on with what I know. It's crazy how the things are so close, and what resonated to me the most about this is a couple of things. How you can really become a product of your environment because it's what you see, and it's literally right in your backyard. But then also that this baby still goes to school. She catches the bus to go to school because it's not in her area. And so two things, like we've talked about before, can exist. Yes, she is doing, you know, that, but this baby don't miss school. And that just really stood out for me because we have all of these kids that, you know, some of us have worked really hard for our kids not to grow up in the hood, our nieces and nephews not to grow up in the hood, because of things like this. Not that we didn't absolutely love it, but because of things like this, the exposure. And then here we have one, and we have to beg them to go to school even online. And then we have this baby that is going through it and still going to school. And what she is doing on the street and what she is facing when she gets home is completely different than what her goals and aspirations are. And so next we will hear another clip, and I will go straight to that one. I really, really wish I could just play the whole thing, but the language is a bit much, and so I'm being respectful of my listeners.
And then this is when I was in 8th grade. 8th grade, I met a boyfriend, and he was like, how old was he? 19. Yes, he was 19. And I was like 13. Yeah, 13. And then every day he'd come get me.
That she was already paying attention to because it was right in her backyard, and it was appealing to her because of the money aspect of what the other girls was getting, right? So this is why it's super important to talk to your kids depending on, you know, the neighborhood that you're in, because yes, it looks like, and they call it dating, remember? So it looks like, oh my gosh, I get to go on dates with boys, and all I gotta do is go on a date and they pay me? Oh my gosh, these girls make all this money and they wear, you know, the trending clothes, and they get to hang out all day. And so that is something that may be appealing depending on how the child is and how much they know. So it's really important to talk about and let these babies know exactly what they are seeing, because what they're seeing is not what's real. And then she was in the 8th grade talking about she has a 19-year-old boyfriend. In the 8th grade, you should not have a 19-year-old boyfriend. That should be out. I'm just saying. Okay, let's listen to the next clip.
Boyfriend or girlfriend, I wasn't trying to be on no weird stuff, trying to be another boy. I was walking with the other boy, and he socked me in front of all my friends, like in front of all my friends, and I was crying. I went outside. I was walking outside, so I called my mom, but I couldn't call my mom in a hurry. So he put me in the car and tell me, "Oh, you're gonna go on Figueroa, and you're gonna hope for me. You're gonna give me back the money and everything." So I'm just thinking, like, what can I do? I can't tell my mama everything, so I just did it.
Kids, I don't know how many times we have to tell you guys, I don't care about any of that. And I know that parents do not care about any of that more than they care about if you're okay and about your safety and protection. Now, this baby says she just did it, right? So I'm sure we can imagine, what she did. So we won't go into the details. I am skipping past that part because she does talk about it and is completely unbothered in talking about it. But it's more important that you are safe. We care about your safety. Now, she done got in a car with this man because at 19, you are considered a man, and you know that. That's why you're sitting there going to the high schools and things like that to pick up these girls. Now, in the beginning, what did she say? Oh, he liked me. It was my boyfriend. She liked the attention that she was getting from this boy. Now this boy has showed up one day and saw her walking with a classmate to the bus stop. Now, whether she was flirting with him or not, that boy didn't have no right to put his hands on her. And she's still defending it as, like to say, but I didn't do anything wrong, so, I don't know why that happened, and I wasn't even on anything like that. I don't really know about boyfriend-girlfriend behavior yet. So she's still, at this stage, because this is after he is gone, is still defending what has occurred as if she did something wrong, and if she would have done something different or been able to explain it, then he would not have hit her in front of her friends or otherwise. And that's not the case, but she's still looking to defend that situation. She couldn't call her mom fast enough. So she was thinking to call her mom, but she couldn't call her mom fast enough. If something like this happens, something that my mom always taught us since we were very young, is if somebody tries to take you from somewhere, fight them right there. Make them, try your best not to leave where you are, because, for example, she's walking to school, that's her normal route. If something were to happen, it would happen right there, and they would be able to find her. In addition to, there were others walking to the bus as well. Now, a couple of things, because, you'll have the people in the comments saying, well, why did the friends do this? Why did the friends do that? These are kids, okay? So let's never forget, right now we are talking about kids. We have to train them and hope that, they will be able to make their best judgment and not place themselves in danger as well, and understand what's going on to them. Because, and I could use the word fast because I was fast at that stage too. You could be thinking, oh, that's her boyfriend. They're just fighting, especially considering the neighborhood and how things go around there. And especially if she wasn't like screaming help or, something like that, they're probably thinking, it's okay. They don't know any better either. They're kids. They don't know about this situation. And they also have not put themselves in this situation. So how they reacted is they didn't react, because she just said it. She went on and got in the car. They don't know any better, but what I will challenge each of you to do is to have that type of stranger danger conversation with your kids, to at least, if you see something like that, no, you might not be able to fight the person. Hopefully you will. Get into some self-defense. I know that DivinedPurpose offers self-defense, so that when our girls, we thought along the lines of when our girls go to college, for date rape and things of that nature, kidnap, trafficking, that our girls would be able to protect themselves. But it looks like it needs to start even sooner than that, according to what we've just heard and according to some of the other stories that I have shared with you all. So perhaps, depending on the area that you are in, you can look for free self-defense. There are some self-defense like tutorials and things that are online as well. Hopefully in your area there is a nonprofit organization that offers these things free of charge, because cost can get in the way of us being able to take part in the things that we need. But in areas like this, I know exactly what area she's talking about. I would hope that the nonprofits that are operating in that area are thinking about things like this and self-defense, considering it's one of the highest areas next to San Diego. And ironically, I believe I posted Palm Springs that has sex trafficking. Remember, sex trafficking, it includes our youth, and it also includes boys and girls, not just girls, and it includes women, okay? I think that's even. I don't know how to get them to stop being so boxy in the front, but hopefully when I get this next, I think that helped a little bit. When I get this next, what is that called? Microblading done, we'll get some more ombre and shading in the front. Okay, let's go to our next clip.
And he was like, tomorrow I'm gonna come get you again. And I was like, like I'm thinking in my head, like, no, like I'm scared and stuff. I don't.
Poor baby.
It was like, she not listening to us. So that's when he kept having me go on the street. But I kept coming back with a little bit of money, cause I didn't know like.
So basically around that part, he kept putting her out there to bring in money, of course, but she wasn't bringing in the right amount of money, so he was putting his hands on her. These people are not nice, so this is not an attractive thing to do. It's not just about going out there and making money and you get to buy clothes and you get to do these things. You heard her say she was scared. She did not want to go out there. She use my Pro Girl concealer. She was scared. She did not want to go out there. She didn't have a clue what she was doing to even stop being attacked. There was a point where she was jumped. I'm going to skip past this and let you guys know this because the language during that part was not good. But because she was young out there and not the youngest, she said she was 13, but there was somebody out there that was also 12. People knew her name before she got out there. I guess there's only certain groups that you should talk to, and you're not supposed to talk to other groups, which she didn't even know that. Now, mind you, this was in her backyard, and she called herself ready, and this was really attractive to her. And her aunt was on this same show being interviewed. that type of money off of her. You heard when she said when she brought in a little bit of money, she was getting beat up, right? In addition to, you mean to tell me that the thing that God gave you as a beautiful woman to one day bring forth life, you are Mother Earth. Your body is your treasure. Your body is really a temple. You know, you see these shows where people do too much too soon. Hell, I did too much too soon. I should have waited until marriage. I would have loved to have that as the best gift that I could offer my husband, and something that I maintained for myself, but I didn't. So I say that to ensure that I am not preaching to anyone, or nobody thinks that I'm on some pedestal or anything like that, because when we become adults, the way that we talk to children is really important, so that they understand we're not walking on water. We make mistakes, but in our mistakes, what we're trying to tell you is, please don't do what I did. And for this, no. You hear her saying she has a house. She is right behind her house. She got into this trap because she simply is afraid to tell her mom at this point. She simply is afraid to tell her mom, and it's something that she was looking like, oh, they're making a lot of money doing this. No, they're not. Those clothes is probably rotated between each other. Those clothes is probably from the secondhand place. But your body is worth more than clothes. Your life is worth more than $200 to $500 a night. Your life is invaluable. Imagine you go out to do something and you don't make it home. Do you understand what that would do to the people that love you? Do you understand that how it feels to grieve over something, a regular passing in your life, let alone it being your child, your baby, as in you? I'm talking to you. This is not something that you should aspire to be at all. And you guys have openly heard me say, I don't see anything wrong with being a stripper. Like, if you have seen Players Club, Diamond on Players Club, she was a stripper to go to school, meaning she was a dancer. Do I promote it? No. But in this example, I'm saying if that's something that you're interested in because you really like dancing or whatever it is, I would never judge a stripper. But look at her. Look at since we need a comparison, okay? Parents, please don't get mad at me. I'm using this as a comparison because if the circumstances of your surroundings, that's all you can see, I'm just saying it's a better way to even do that, because look at her. She didn't do anything that she wasn't supposed to do. Her body was still her temple. Her outfits were still in good taste. She did her job and she got her tail on out of there. She did not do other things. She was respected. She graduated college still, and college isn't for everybody, but maybe that's a bridge until you get, you land a really good deal as a professional dancer. And I can tell you, with things like Instagram and things now, there's a better way to do it. There's millionaires like, what's her name, Kayla, that started in high school by leveraging social media. You can dance on social media, regular dances, to gain the visibility and the followers to get you to your goal. If professional dancing is something that you're looking for, I would much rather you be addicted to, much rather you be addicted to nothing, but I would much rather you utilize the platform, I should say, to gain access to the world of dancing or performing, burlesque performing. Look up burlesque. That's something else that is in that field, but very tasteful. It is something that is safe. It is something that Kim Kardashian did once, like the pussycat dolls and things like that. So there's other avenues, and this may sound silly to somebody that I'm saying it if you're an adult, but if we start thinking like kids more, we can talk on their level, right? Because the reason why is because there was a certain point in here that I'm going to get to where her mother knew what she was doing and she wanted her to stop. Let me tell you something. That was my niece or nephew. That was, I almost said their government names. Baby, let me tell you, I wouldn't want you to stop doing nothing. I wouldn't want you to stop doing nothing. Everybody on Fig would be going down, okay? That's not what my babies is going to be. Not at all. I'm going to meet them where they are with something that's legal, sensible, safe, and is in line with what they want to do. Stop trying to make these kids do what you want them to do. Start trying to get on their level and offering better solutions in their level, because we heard her say it. She was right there and that's what she wanted to do. But you will hear in just a minute what else she wanted to do. So there were other things that she was good at and identified. And as you just heard, there is no pimp around. So it's going good. So let's hear the next clip.
Mom doesn't step in and say, yeah, that's my mom stepping in all the time. That's what breaks my heart. Like, it breaks my heart because she stepped in and tell me to stop. And I will stop, but like, I'm addicted to it now, so I can't stop. And Cause I met your mom and she wants to do it. Yeah, my granny too. Everybody. And my auntie, she do it, so I feel like I'm comfortable doing it, but I'm not because mama told me to stop. But I've been trying to stop lately, but.
So she's been trying to stop lately. The mom is trying to get her to stop. No judgment. Zero judgment at all. I'm actually using my Aaliyah palette tonight from MAC to do my contour on my nose. I want to try a softer brown. Yes, I do love the one in crayon case, but I wanted to try a softer one, and it doesn't look like this one is that much softer. Let's see. Let me try my Candy Girl brush to guide this in a little bit more, because this is about to snatch my nose. I don't need a snatch nose. It's crazy. This color is really light, right? Not on my face. I can come in here just a... Okay. So, her sister, the mom's sister, does it as well, and she has been on the show. And now the niece does it. In any situation where you can get your child away from these type of things, don't you think that that would be best? I mean, I don't know what the living situation is, so we're never, ever, ever going to judge, but I do have questions. I do wonder why. Because if you can afford to live in LA, light on my skin. Before, I would have never done it. I'd have been like, are you crazy? Like, this don't even make no sense. But now, when I look at my face, I'm like, you know, it all blends together, and it really does melt together. And there's a method to why makeup artists do these different things. So tapping into my creative side has been quite fun. And I really like it because it's been like a dream of mine since I've been a kid to be more creative and really feed the creative part of me. But remember, I kind of did what everybody else wanted me to do for my career. And so I didn't really tap into this part of myself. So now being an adult is really fun and really nice to be able to do so. And I think that's what has made me so interested in not only for kids, but for adults as well. I love to sit back and have somebody just go off and talk and say all of the things that they really, really love to do. And then I'll let them know what I think that they would be really good at that is totally off the wall, actually makes, you know, whatever they tell me, like how much money they want to make, where they want to live, all these different things, and I'm able to tap into it and help them choose a career. And to me, that's what this thing, you know, is all about. Noticing the signs and being able to, this baby needs to hear something, you know. So let's go to the next clip. She needs some support, and definitely the exposure around her needs to change. I think I skipped past it, but her uncles sell drugs. Her grandmother is on drugs. Only she still functions. She'll sometimes like come out in the morning when she's on her way to school and be naked, saying it's a snake on her and embarrassing her in front of the neighborhood. So the neighborhood kind of knows that the grandmother is on drugs. So that's why the mom had to talk to her about drugs. So her exposure is real. Okay, so don't judge this baby at all. Like, why would she want to do that? Okay, let's go to the next clip.
One of them was nice, but he was trying to force me to do stuff with him that I didn't want to do. But I did it, and then I was feeling bad. But he didn't give me no money, so I just walked to the house. I was crying and every type of stuff. I was just crying.
I mean, it's a very dangerous.
Yeah.
What do you think about your self-worth or your
I feel like I shouldn't do it, but
what makes it okay in your head to do it?
I don't know, seeing other girls on the street, and I just feel like,
You look up to them?
yeah, I just feel like I should do it like that. Yeah, and I just like I'm addicted to it. I ain't yeah.
There's something very attractive about the lifestyle.
Yeah, it is. Like it's attractive with attention. Like a lot of people see you like this is attention. Really, to me, I feel like this is attention. Like when they look at me, I be like, oh, I'm insecure myself. I feel like I'm not beautiful. I don't think I'm cute or nothing like that. I try, and then when I'm out there, it's like people come to me and all type of stuff, and they say I'm beautiful, all type of stuff, and that it makes me happy.
So, did y'all hear the reason why she's doing this? It's not even for money. It's not for survival. It's simply because what others is getting is attractive and it makes her feel pretty. Now she does say that her mom and them tell her that she's beautiful. Her uncles tell her that she's beautiful, never been molested or anything like that. But she really wants attention. She does not feel like she is pretty enough. And she has, I'm not sure if it's in here, so I'm going to say it while we're right here. Let me make sure it's coming up. So she just wants to feel pretty and beautiful. Now this girl is my color. She has a pretty round face. She has pretty features. She's snatched, no stomach, but the rest is her family from the country. Okay? Very pretty girl. Very pretty girl. Hair is braided up. She looks nice. Very nice. Carries herself well. Got on her little jewelry. She looks very nice. But somehow she doesn't believe that she is beautiful enough. She does this for attention. Couple things that I can identify with. One is that it is difficult, especially in the junior high stage, to be any type of plus size. And I mean, rather, as adults, we learn, what? I can have all of this and no stomach? Baby, listen, people is paying for this. I'm doing good, right? We own it. We love it. We love it. We love it. Best thing ever. In junior high, it's not the best thing ever. And, it's not what you think is the best thing ever. So I can relate to that. I can relate to being the brown-skinned girl instead of the light-skinned girl. Even within my family, I can relate. It's not what you see on social media. It's not who gets Googled over even in your family most of the time. So I could relate. I just can. And then her other thing she is about to mention. So to me, it's really, really, really sad that this isn't even survival for her. It is simply something that, one, don't forget she was pushed into, but then it's something that she was already looking at because of the attention and the things that the other girls had. And I don't mean girls, because these were women that she's looking at that's out there. And she looks up to them. Lord, 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 what can we do to get these girls, to get these boys to stop having role models and their examples being anybody other than the amazing people in their own family that they know are real and doing good things? What the heck are we gonna do? I don't even know. I don't even know what to say that we will do. But I hope it's clear to everybody that we need to do something. So let me go ahead and finish this piece. And the next thing you'll see is me playing the information. Gotta minimize this forehead.
Do other things in life, but I do hair. I always do people hair. I do people hair on the street. I do hoes hair all the time. They come to my house and I do the hair. Mom be looking like, mom be disappointed, but I'm doing hair for money. She'll take the money and put it up for me. Like, I appreciate mom for that, because I still got money to put up at the end of the day if I don't have no money in the world,
Anybody else find something strange about that? Anybody else? How is she upset? And now I'm using my chalk dust, letter A, to set the rest of my face. Anybody else find it strange that the mom is upset that she's doing hair now? So she does really good hair. She has an Instagram page now and everything. So the thing that I really like about this show, although because it is very adult content, I don't want to promote the show. If you know what it is, then you just know what it is. But I don't want to promote the show. He does amazing things. He shares the same name as somebody that I love very, very much. And he actually takes the money that he earns from the show, and if he feels like, you know, the person really does want to change with whatever their story is that they're sharing, from Skid Row to Anaheim to other states, he will help them. And so I think that that is so amazing. And then we get updates on people and all that other good stuff. So I found that a little bit strange that her mom was upset that, you know, she's doing hair for all of these people. So people saw the show, and then they started showing up and showing out like, girl, if you want to do hair, we'll support you. You know, make an Instagram channel so that when he does the update, because, you know, those of us that are active followers, we know he's going to do an update on those people that are doing good things. Now let's move to my eye shadow. And I got watermelon. That's good. It's really good this season. My neck is red right now. I've been scratching it. I think I'll stick with the Aaliyah palette. She does good hair. She has a Instagram page, so I will put her Instagram page below. If you are in the area and you want to get your hair done or try her out and support her, please do so. But back to what I was saying, I have questions like, why is her mom not happy that she's doing hair and supporting her? I found that a little weird, that she's like, my mom is mad. Why is your mom mad? That's a little interesting. I'm going to just do a smoky eye, and I'm going to use this color. But from the show, this baby started really leaning into doing hair because she wants to be a cosmetologist. So now that you guys know that she's a cosmetologist and she started with braiding hair, if you follow me or if you know me, I'm sure you know at this point exactly why I relate to her and exactly why this hit a soft spot for me, because that's what I did in high school. I went to cosmetology because I really initially wanted to do hair. I finished all of my hours, did everything, and it was really nice to complete. Although I decided to go off to college, it was nice to have that skill set under my belt and something that I obtained for free while in high school. The only thing that I had to pay for was the kit, which my grandmother paid for, and then I worked it off by doing her hair and her nails whenever she wanted. And don't you worry, I worked it off. But this is life. I'm one of those people that, no ma'am, nothing has ever been handed to me, but I have never been angry about it. I just move forward. And so in hearing this, I went into the comments. As soon as I heard this part, I went into the comments and I was like, I have a nonprofit. I want to mentor her if it's safe for me to do so. Here's all of the contact information. I offered to help her get into cosmetology and let her know about ROP, because a lot of, you know, I'm sure, you know, based on what she is doing and based on the fact that she has a lot going on at home, who knows if she even knows about ROP or anything like that. In some areas, they don't really advertise it unless you need to earn credits to graduate. Well, that's not the only thing that it's for. It's also for if you want to do something like cosmetology, dental assistant, marketing. There's some computer classes, all kind of stuff. And so, this being said, if this was because there was a need for money there are drugs included in her life, and she was like, oh yeah, like it's no big deal. Oh yeah, you know, he gave me this and this to make me more comfortable to go out there, and so I did it and it made it easier, but I took myself off of him. I didn't want to do it anymore. So this baby is strong. She took herself off of, she listed about 5 things that she was doing that are strong drugs, and she took herself off of them and no longer does them. And she does, in case somebody finds this, you know, I like to stay honest, she does smoke marijuana to like stay calm, because here's the thing for her, the street is still right behind her, and so she does still see it, and remember she said she's addicted to it, so she still has those moments where she wants to go out there and do it, and she's saying, oh, it's because and now I'm mixing these 2 lighter browns, one is a shimmer, one is not, and I'm going to put it on the inner corner. Tap some of that off. She says it's because, you know, her mom needs help with some things. So then it draws me back to my first question about the mom. Why are you upset that she's braiding hair? And if all the money her mom was putting it up for her, that she was making, the money that her dad sends her, the mom supposedly puts it up, and then the money you just heard her say that she gets from braiding hair, her mom puts it up. So if that's the case, why does she feel like she needs to go out there and make more money and do it that way? You know, why is the mom still not trying to move her away from that area? I'd rather stay in the studio with my family. I don't care if it was me, my husband, both my stepsons, God willing, our baby, and something happened and it became safer for us to move, you know, and downgrade or whatever, you know. You get what I'm saying? I just wouldn't stay in that area because, and I'm not saying it's just as easy as you just get up and go. No, I'm not saying that. But if the mom works and she can, make that a goal to get your baby up out of there, because she's letting you know it's an addiction. She says that in the recording, she says like, and that's it for my eyes. She says that because, you know, sometimes she thinks I should just go back out there because, you know, my mom needs the money for bills or what have you. But if that's something that my child felt like they needed to help me with, and it was an addiction, I would get the hell out of Dodge. I'm out of here. Like, Mom, if she's staying there to take care of her mom, you can come with us or you can stay here. But I owe my child. And I gotta go, because not only is she doing it, but my sister's doing it. So it's you know, it looks okay to her because my sister is fine. I need to get my baby away from this generational trauma, this generational curse. I'm breaking this curse and I'm out of here. I don't care what I have to do to get out of here. And the baby has been arrested like 5 times, and they just take her home and tell her like, oh, you know, you need to be careful because one day this is going to impact your record. No, are you even doing a welfare check? Because how in the entire hell is she getting back in that house to stay in that house with all of that going on? Or I just don't understand how that's happening. That daughter needs to go, and her mom clearly needs help to get her out of there. But why are you dropping her back off at home? I just don't get it. I don't understand. But glory to God, she's off of the streets and she's doing better, and she's trying to stay strong every day. And so when I put her information in the bottom below, if you'd like, go over there and send her some words of encouragement. If there's any resources that you know of that are in the area where her and her mom could get out and get housing, if that's something that they need or they're inquiring about, I mean, I don't know, just offer whatever that you think would be good, even if it's just I'm proud of you. You know, it might do her some good to even see people her age telling her that, because her friends did. You heard her say she didn't really have friends like that anymore because of what she was doing. It wasn't that they wasn't her friends, it's that they were her friends. They didn't want her to do that anymore. And because she, you know, didn't want nobody in her business, she separated herself from those people who loved her and who didn't want her to do these things, you know? This is a real live baby. This is from this year. This is a real live baby that's out there. She is talking like she is grown, and she is 14. 14. Somehow, I really hope she still reaches back out to me, because I need her to know, despite what has happened, anything like that, she has the power to move forward in her purpose. She has the power to move forward without any shame or guilt upon her, and she still can be a mother if she wants, a wife if she wants, have the best career ever, get in church, if she believes in God, get in church, do better. She can still have better. Her life that she is dealing with now does not define her. There are other ways to make quick money. As far as attention, she is beautiful. She's getting so much attention now on Instagram. Utilize that attention to feed the place that you need to see that other people see you. It's nothing worse than feeling invisible sometimes. Whatever it is that's that big thing for you, it's nothing worse than whatever that big thing is for you. And so I really want to encourage her to channel that energy, realize and be absolutely grateful for all of the support that she has gotten from being on this show and telling her truth, and not being shamed, and how courageous she is and how amazing that is of her. I just really want her to know how amazing she is just from what she has shared, because it sounds like she needs to hear not just that you are beautiful, but why she's beautiful, why I think she's amazing. She needs a little more detail, and I don't think it's anything wrong with that when somebody you just need to hear that you matter, and you need to hear that you're important. And I want her to hear that from me and the other directors at DivinedPurpose. And I want her to hear specifically from me that we share a dream. And I grew up with, those type of people, prostitutes and whatnot, walking right down the street. And I looked at them and felt sorry for them. I looked at them and felt that I wish that they wanted more. I didn't look and want to join them. Now, could I have a whole conversation with them? I sure can. I sure can. They might could learn me something, but that's not what I aspire to be. I aspire to be more and actually help some of those people not be where they are, because there's so much more to life, and she has so much life ahead of her. And the baby ain't even missed no school. That to me is the best. Girl, you ain't even missed no school. No record. Now I'll tell you, look at how God works in that part, because he kept his hands around that baby and made sure that she was okay. And I really want to have a conversation with that mama, but I don't think that'll go too well. But I really want to have a conversation with her and ask her what the hell she is really doing, because this don't make no sense. But I digress. What's most important is that I want to be able to talk to her and let her know how proud I am of her and how amazing it was to be able to share this story. And again, it will be 2 parts. I went down the list with half, and I'll go down the list with the other half on tomorrow or on the next episode. But thank you all for joining me. I hope this gave you some insight to what's really going on and why the conversations that I say, we really need to have these conversations with our babies, and why Queen TT exists to pay attention to these things and be able to bring that information back is so important. It's important to me as a part of the village, or just women, men, my people, period. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. And this is really important to me because I want us to be okay. I want to stop the generational trauma as much as I can, even if it's one person. I want to shed a light on when we're driving down Figueroa and streets like that, because I'm guilty of it, that we no longer look and think, look at her fast, but why is she out there? Where is her mama? I have a whole new perspective of that, and I do pray, you know, in my latter years, I do pray when I see them out there, but I just think that I want to pray and ask God how I can do more and do it safely, right? Because it's not safe to just go out there and snatch a girl up and say, I'm taking her with me. You know, it's not safe, and they got to be ready. But I hope this was very informative. I hope that if you need help, you will reach out on DivinedPurpose.com or DivinedPurpose@gmail.com and ask for help, and we'll provide you with whatever resources that we can, even if it's just a prayer or whatever it is that you need, and hopefully we can do something. I don't know what it is, but hopefully we can do something, because that is what our purpose is, or put you in the right direction. So stay tuned for part 2. I hope you enjoyed my look. And don't forget, I used the Aaliyah palette from MAC. And then I made sure to use my Juvia's Place powder. I used MAC and Juvia's Place mostly on tonight. And then I used my Candy Girl tools. Okay? So, see you for our next episode. Don't forget to tune in. Goodbye, butterflies. Goodbye. Goodbye, butterflies.